And that's happened with my Lakers, Clippers. So, well, Clippers ain't my Clippers, but you know what I mean, though, Jeff. So it is what it is at the end of the day. But all in all, that's what we do have. And so let's move forward and talk about a team that is a little bit more relevant. And that's going to be the San Francisco 49ers, 13 and 4, 2022 season. And they did it with three quarterbacks. You know, they started with Trey Lance, then they went back to Jimmy G, and then they went and had Mr. Irrelevant, who's just supposed to be a good bullpen, like middle relief. He was supposed to be a good babysitter. And he wound up getting himself the job because he's the guy that the coach can control. Very simple. And that's why he's the quarterback, because Kyle Shanahan wants to be the starting quarterback of the team, but he can't. So he's going to go ahead and put the controllers on and put Brock Purdy in there as the starting quarterback. Trey Lance is an ad libber, and that was something that was killing Shanahan. Shanahan wants everything to go the way that he set it up in the way he structured it, because he's the greatest offensive mind to ever step onto a sideline. You know, because he is Mike Shanahan's son. So, you know, I'm gonna let Jeff go ahead and kick this one off, because I know I've been talking a lot with the first two. So I'm gonna let Jeff go ahead and kick off the 49ers for us real quick and see how it goes. Because, you know, 49er fans, they're watching the screen now like, you better not say anything bad or I'm about to be in them comments. So I'm gonna let Jeff start it off first, because I'm probably gonna have some choice words for them. Maybe.
No, it's a team that made it to the championship last year. A team that had no quarterback to after the first possession, and at one point McCaffrey at quarterback. Off season tried to trade Trey, and then finally get him to trade it to Dallas. A preseason where Sam Darnold looked okay, so he is the backup to Brock Purdy, who I think came in with 7-0 regular season, and including a playoff win, and then obviously getting taken off the field in Philly, 31-7, I think, final there. On paper, the team to beat in the West. On paper, the number 2 team in the NFC behind Philly. You know, again, when I talk fantasy, I ask this question. I don't even have the answer. When was the last time a starting running back started the season for San Fran and finished the season? And they, you know, Shanahan goes through quarterbacks and goes through running backs like we do paper towels here. So offensively, loaded Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell. Defense strong with Bozer and company. There's nothing you don't like about this team. They are going to go as far as their quarterback and McCaffrey and their defense. I think they win this division hands down. I'm expecting a little regression in Seattle. We'll talk about that next. But overall, Pops, I could see this team 13-4 is definitely in reach. 12-5. They open up in Pittsburgh, 3.5-point favorites. That's going to be a great game, opening week. But overall, I like everything about this team. Injuries will be the key step for these guys. If they stay healthy, they're going to be the team to beat in the NFC, Pops.
Well, I think that you got a good point with that, Jeff. I'm gonna be that honest with you. I think that is a good point right there that you do bring up, and I truly do feel that this team will possibly be a team that you will be able to circle as the NFC representative and be confident about it, right? But I'm not saying they're gonna get to the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying that you're gonna be confident about that. But I truly do feel that this season is going to be a very overhyped season for the 49ers. I feel like there's going to be too much pressure on this team. They're treating Brock Purdy like he's Steve Young, Joe Montana reborn, you know, and he could be, and it's more like Steve Bono to me. You know what I mean? Where's Steve Bono's number? Steve Bono had a lot of us fooled that he was a really good quarterback, and he got to Kansas City, and everybody saw that he was just an average quarterback. And I truly feel that the arm is cooked when it comes to Purdy, because you heard nothing, you heard no good things about what Purdy was doing in camp. Pick, getting sacked, being indecisive, being a little bit too cute because now the pressure is on. It's not you're not the third string quarterback anymore. You're not working on the side and hoping that some offensive coordinator sees you busting out, but doing a Tom Brady. Now you got to perform like Brady. Those 6 games that you were looking like the next great San Francisco quarterback, the competition wasn't up to par. They were playing against teams that were not going to the playoffs, who were drafting in the top 10. Let's keep it real. Come on, let's keep it real. The best game he did have was beating Seattle in Seattle. I'll give him that. But that was more of the defense. See, that's where San Francisco is a really great team at, is because it's about their team. So really, you're just a plug-in player. But when you're a plug-in player, this is a danger zone as well, too, because you know, you don't have those elements that really keep people confident because everything's almost robotic. And I know I got chastised about this from the Philly folks because I was talking about people being robotic and their coach, everybody's some good robots. But that team is a freaky good team. Let's keep it real. Yes, the Eagles are definitely the best on both sides when it comes to the trenches. But they do have a control freak at coach as their coach. San Francisco has a control freak as their coach. And that's why, they look really good, but when they look really bad, they look really bad at the same time, too. So I truly do feel that San Francisco does check off all the boxes, but they're going to be one of the more overrated teams in the league as well, too, because they don't have a top 5 quarterback. They have a good game manager. But I truly do feel, and I know I'm probably going to catch some flack for this, but I thought signing Sam Darnold was genius because at the end of the day, they know that they got themselves a efficient backup just in case this Purdy situation doesn't work out. And that's why Trey Lance had to go, because Sam Darnold was a top 5 pick too. And Sam Darnold really checks off all the boxes to be a very efficient quarterback for San Francisco because he went to USC. He's a Trojan. He's a top pick. He played on some really bad teams before he got here, but managed to still be a decent quarterback at the same time, too. I'm smelling Jim Plunkett vibes here. And I feel like you have a guy with a cooked arm and Purdy who's not going to be able to get the ball 50, 60, 70 yards downfield. Everything is going to be about short passing game, medium passing game. And that might not be a recipe for winning for San Francisco if they know what's coming. With Sam Darnold, you get so many different elements at the quarterback position, and the guy is a quarterback. That's a true quarterback, and he had the hype coming into the league to be a top 10 quarterback for his future prediction. So now he's with a top 5 team. So everything kind of makes some sense right now for him to have one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history when it comes to the quarterback position, because I think he's built to actually lead this team to where they truly want to go. Purdy's just a good soldier. It's a difference in that. Sam Darnold's a good soldier, but he can ad lib as well, too. And this is going to work very well for the 49ers moving forward, in my opinion, if they go to that angle. But I don't like the minus 165 to win the division, though. I'll keep it real.
You brought up some good points about Darnold, and I was reminiscing. I consider Purdy is a good game manager. That's what Shanahan wants. But if he's got to, release the hounds, we could see Sam Darnold almost a little Geno Smith this year. No expectations. He comes in after Purdy, and he just takes this, offense to another level. When you have CMC, when you have Mitchell, when you have Debo that can run, but you talked about the short passes. That's what made the 49ers famous in the 80s and 90s. It was, Jerry Rice. It was, I'm drawing blanks. Terrell Owens, 5, 10, 15-yard slants taking it to the house. The J.J. Taylors, the J.J. Stokes of the world. And Darnold will bring another level to being able to stretch the field